Welcome to your Mindful Mornings practice. It is Friday, March 21st, officially springtime here. Let's go ahead and let ourselves arrive in this moment by taking a few full breaths. You might close your eyes as you're settling in, allowing yourself to sit with a sense of dignity. So a nice uplift through the spine, maybe even a little leaning back, softening back and down. As you breathe, just noticing how it feels to be you here now. Trying on an idea that everything is welcome here. As you breathe, I'll share a short thought on asteya. So again, the yama that we're studying this month, non-stealing or generosity. To live a life of asteya is to recognize that what is yours cannot be taken. To live a life of asteya is to recognize that what is yours cannot be taken. Another couple breaths here. Welcome. Our quote today, to live a life of asteya is to recognize that what is yours cannot be taken. All right, let's go ahead and bring our body into Baddha Konasana, so soles of the feet together. Legs kind of like a diamond shape. If you feel like your legs are just hanging out in space and you have to engage your muscles a lot to support them, you could wedge blocks under the thighs and hips to support you. Always an option. And then hands resting on your shins or ankles. Again, sitting with dignity, lifting your heart, maybe leaning back a little bit so you could imagine or even see shoulders pretty well over the pelvic bowl. And give yourself a few breaths. We can always adjust our legs too, so maybe you pull the heels in a little closer to your pelvic bowl. And can the shoulders soften anymore while the heart keeps lifting? And then let's take really small little movements of the legs like butterfly wings flapping. Little bitty movements. You could imagine kind of waking up the very base of your spine. As you breathe here, you might even think of the very tip of your tailbone, or root chakra. And then breathing, still flapping your little butterfly wings, noticing the area of your sacrum, very base of your spine there, that plate-like bone. And then we'll go ahead and kind of imagine our way up the spine. So noticing that area of the spine right at the base of the rib cage, your solar plexus. And letting your attention rise up the spine, the space between your shoulder blades. There's our heart center. And up to the throat. And then on up, space between the eyebrows. And still sitting nice and tall, imagine the space of your crown right at the top of your head. And then imagine the space just above the crown of your head. And breathing here, still flapping your little butterfly wings as long as that's feeling okay. Sense the space all around your body. Good, and we'll let our legs come to stillness. Inhale, see if you can lift your heart a little more, maybe even lift your chin. Exhale, start to lean and fold forward and down. Eventually, you can let your shoulders slide apart, let your head hang heavy. You can walk your hands forward and maybe sway side to side a little. Continuing to breathe deeply. To live a life of asteya is to recognize that what is yours cannot be taken. For the next few breaths, let's just contemplate what is ours that cannot be taken. All right, let's sit ourselves up tall. Extend your right leg out long. Left leg folded in. Inhale, stretch the left arm up and over. Nice side body stretch. Next, inhale, sit up tall again. Exhale, rotate towards your right leg and fold down. Stay for a breath or so. On an inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist to your left. And we'll do that a couple more times. Inhale, left arm up and over. Exhale, fold over your right leg. Side body stretch through the left side. And then we'll inhale, sitting up tall. Exhale, a little twist towards the right. Fold forward and down over your right leg. Breathing, we'll sit up tall. Exhale, twist to the left, looking over that left shoulder. And again, inhale, face forward, left arm up and over, side body stretch. On an inhale, yep, sit up tall. Exhale, twist to the right, fold over your right leg. On an inhale, sit up tall, twist to your left, looking back. And return facing forward, switching out your legs. Sitting tall, inhale, right arm up and over, side body stretch, folding over your left leg, feeling that stretch down your right side. On an inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, rotate towards your left leg, then fold down. Stay for a breath or so. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist to your right, looking over that right shoulder. Face forward, inhale, right arm up and over, side body stretch. On an inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, rotate to your left, fold forward and down. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist to your right. Release, facing forward one more time. Inhale, right arm up and over. Notice the stretch on your right side body. On your inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, rotate to your left, fold forward and down. Where does the stretch sensation move? Maybe it's more in the low back now, more in the left hamstring. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist to your right, looking back. Where's the stretch now? And return facing forward. Let's go ahead and come into tabletop. Good. And when you get there, right away, flexing the spine. Inhale, drops the belly down. Exhale, lifts the spine up. Moving with your own breath. And as we do this, how are your wrists? If you're like me and you tend to just dump all of the weight into your wrists and the heel of your hands, then we can try to always pay extra attention. As soon as we hit this position, how can I support my wrists? So trying to grip into your fingertips and the roots of your knuckles rather than the heels of your hands. You can also walk your hands forward a few inches, so it's a wider angle on the wrists. You could also come to fists. And some people like to fold a blanket under the heel of their hands or use tools, little sticky pads and stuff. All right, Another time or two, flexing your spine. And then we'll come through neutral, look over your left shoulder towards your left foot or hip, pull that right shoulder back in space. Come back through center, check in with those wrists, push the ground away, and then look over your right shoulder, pulling the left hip back in space. And return through center. Press the tops of your feet down into the ground. Firm up your core muscles, then walk your hands forwards. Anahatasana, puppy pose. You can stay just like this or thread it. So weaving the left arm under the right, thread the needle. Still imagine pulling the left hip up and back. So we're getting long through our side body as we twist. And if you did that, release and take it to the other side. So now resting on the right shoulder. Imagine pulling your right hip up and back. And release. Coming back to tabletop, tuck your toes, find your downward facing dog. You can stay here or take a flow right away. Inhale forward to plank, forward to your tippy toes. Exhale, bending the elbows, lowering a little bit, untuck the toes. Inhale, pushing the ground away, lifting the heart, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From down dog, we can tiptoe or hop ourselves to the top of the mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale to fold down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart, hips back and down, chair pose. Right away, we'll shift the weight into the left foot. See if you can come to the right toes or even lift the right foot. Maybe you even want to pass through warrior three. We're just passing through. Return to chair pose. Shift the weight into your right leg, coming to the left toes, maybe staying there, maybe lifting the left foot, maybe kicking the left leg back in space, passing through warrior three, playing on Fridays, returning to chair pose, and then standing up tall, taking a few breaths, just noticing how the effort of that last moment or so affected your body. How's the breath moving? How's the energy flowing? And on an inhale, we'll reach out and up, keeping it moving. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Hands touch the ground. Step your right foot back and out, setting up for warrior one. So plant the right foot, bend into your left knee. Before the hands lift up, really engage your left gluteal muscles and thigh, engage your core. Hover the hands off of the ground, draw the shoulder blades back and together, then sweep the arms up. Powerful arrival in your Virabhadrasana 1. As you breathe, maybe you can stretch up even higher. And on an exhale, hinge forward and down, Dekasana. Keep breathing. Here's another opportunity if you want to really play with warrior three today. Step forward into your left leg. Hovering the right foot off of the ground, maybe lifting it parallel to the earth, pushing back into your right foot, whether it's grounded on the earth or floating in the air. And we'll all meet in warrior one, arms up, big breath in. Exhale, hands to the ground, finding plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale, lower your knees, roll down over your thighs and belly. Point your toes back. Inhale, lift your heart, finding your cobra pose. Exhale, lower down, two more. Inhale. And exhale at your own pace. One more breath. And when you're ready, we'll meet in down dog. A few breaths here, so if you'd rather take a break or take a flow, you've got time for it. If you're in down dog, let's let the head get really heavy, maybe even shake it out a little. Engaging your core muscles. On an inhale, start to lift your right heel towards the sky, however far it will go. Then look forward, exhale, step or swing the right foot to the top of the mat. Preparing for standing splits. Inhale, step forward into your right leg, lifting your left leg to the sky, hinging forward and down. And then set the left foot next to the right, forward fold. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Shoulder blades slide together, maybe look forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Maybe a back bend at the top. And exhale, hands to your heart. And arms down by your side. Take a couple breaths here. Imagine scanning your body side to side, front to back. Then on an inhale, we'll reach out and up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Hands touch the ground. Left foot steps back and out, planting your left foot, bending into your right knee. Push your right foot down into the ground. Engage your thigh, your glute muscles, your core. When you're ready, sweep the arms up, shoulder blades hugging towards each other and onto the rib cage. Full breath in. Slow breath out. You could stay here or on your next exhale, hinge forward and down, sweeping the arms down and back. Again, you could stay here or explore stepping into your right leg, hinging into your Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. Keep in mind that even on the days that balance is not coming easily, it's still good for us to practice. It's also totally fine to stay where you feel steady, giving yourself what you need, a couple more breaths. And we'll meet in Warrior 1 if you're anywhere else. Big inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands to the ground, stepping back into plank pose. Inhaling, top of a push-up. Exhale, lower on down. Pointing the toes back. Inhale, find your cobra. You can stay here for 3 breaths or you can flow up and down. As you're ready, tucking your toes, pushing yourself up and back to downward facing dog. Take a break, take a flow, or find steadiness in this shape. One more cycle of breath. And from down dog, engage your core. Carefully lift your left heel up towards the sky. 3-legged dog, look forward. Exhale, step or swing that left foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, step forward, big step forward into the left leg, lifting the right leg, standing splits. And set your right foot down next to the left, forward fold. On an inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Pause for a couple breaths. How are you feeling? All right, option to play with more balancing today. Remember, we can always keep it small or move to a wall or support. We'll be playing with our half moon. So if you like using blocks for it, I like to turn to the long edge of my mat and set a block on either end, kind of back behind. So we'll take a wide leg stance, hands on your hips to begin, lifting up your heart. Good. And then let's all pivot on our right heel so that the right toes point to the short edge of the mat. Bend into your right knee, open your arms out wide. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. This is a great place to stay if you know you don't want to play with half moon. We can inhale, reaching the right arm up and back, reverse warrior, another good place to stay. On an exhale, we can cartwheel our arms off to the right side, extended side angle, yet another good option. Or you can reach your right hand towards the ground in front of your toes or grab for that block. And see about stepping into your right leg, lifting the left leg, stretching the left fingertips up to the sky. Work with what you've got. Some days it'll happen, some days it just won't. Can we keep breathing and stay pretty neutral regardless of how our efforts are coming to fruition? Maybe that's easier to say on the days that it's coming easily. Keep breathing, we keep practicing regardless. And then we'll all meet in Warrior 2. Good. On an inhale, face forward, pivot on your right heel, but let's keep both heels a little bit in, toes a little bit out. Inhale, stretch up as high as you can. Exhale, slide down into Utthata Konasana, goddess pose. And let's go ahead and bring our hands into Kubera Mudra, mudra of the month. So index finger, middle finger meeting thumb, ring finger, pinky finger curled in. And on an inhale, rise up, reach your arms up. Exhale, slide back down. This gesture of abundance. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, sliding down. Push the center of your heels into the ground as you inhale, reaching up. Exhale, back down. Couple more times. Good. And reach up one more time. Maybe lift your heels off of the ground. Then feet on the earth, arms parallel to the ground, pivoting on your left heel, transitioning to Warrior 2 on this side. Good. This is a good place to stay. Or inhale, reverse warrior. This is a good place to stay. Exhale, cartwheeling the arms to the left, extended side angle. Wonderful option. Or reaching for the ground or block in front of your left toes, stepping into your left leg, seeing if we can lift that right leg parallel to the earth, right fingertips plugging into the sky, breathing in Ardha Chandrasana. One option is not better than the other. It's wherever you want to take it today. Give yourself a couple more breaths with whatever option you are exploring. And we'll meet in Warrior 2 as you are ready. Breathing, face forward, stretch your arms up, pivoting on your feet. So we're ready for sliding down into goddess pose again. Good. Inhale, reach up, bringing your hands into Kubera Mudra if you like. Exhale, slide back down. Maybe go a little bit lower this time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Here we can stay. Imagine leaning back. Imagine pulling your knees back behind you, lengthening the low back. Good. Then hands come to your thighs. Lean forward. Dip your left shoulder towards the middle. Look back over your right shoulder. Come back through center and go to the other side. Right shoulder dipping towards the center. And come back. We'll stand up and heel toe the feet a little closer together. Then see about sinking all the way down into our yogi squat pose. Keeping in mind, if this doesn't work for your body, you don't have to do it. You can go right back to where we were and still get a nice stretch on your inner thighs. Wherever you are, maybe you can pull your heart forward a little bit more. Take a slow breath in. And let it go. All right, whatever it takes, we'll drop our seat to the ground. Pivoting to face your preferred way on your yoga mat, and then we'll roll on down to the spine. As you get here, keeping your feet on the ground, bring them in as close to your hips as they comfortably go, about hips distance apart. Palms face down on the ground alongside you. Walk your shoulders under your chest and then lift your low back off the ground. So try to peel the low back off of the ground, pressing your hips up towards the sky. Keep the back of your head pressing down into the ground, chin lifted up towards the sky. Maybe walk the shoulders under your torso a little bit more. Bridge pose, you can lower down anytime. If you prefer to flow with it, go for that. Otherwise, we can settle in for 3 to 5 more breaths. In bridge, Setu Bandha Sharvangasana, breathing here. Rooting down to any points of you pressing into the ground. You could imagine squeezing your gluteal muscles straight up towards the sky, and then see if you can keep that lift as you release some of the gluteal effort. One more breath. And as you release it, no rush, but we'll drop our spine back to the ground. Open your arms out wide in a way that works for your space. And soften, soften. Feel the back body softening onto the ground. Like spilled water, the way it spreads out. Good, and then let your legs slowly fall to the left side. Taking a breath or two here. And when you're ready, bring your legs through center and let them fall over to the right side. Breathing. And eventually coming back through center, stretching your legs and arms long. Allow yourself to rest just as you are. If the tongue is pressing into the roof of the mouth, you can soften that, let it fill up the palate, the bottom palate of the jaw. Imagine relaxing your tongue all the way down to its root. To live a life of asteya is to recognize that what is yours cannot be taken. Take your time bringing movement and deeper breath into your body. I'll read a short elaboration on that quote. To live a life of asteya is to recognize that what is yours cannot be taken. This quote invites us to understand that true ownership goes beyond physical possessions. When we acknowledge that our worth is intrinsic and not tied to material goods, we can find peace in our lives. As you sit tall, let's bring our fingertips to that notch just beneath the collarbones. Gently press in and pull down like we're connecting to Velcro and gently pulling down, and take a slow breath in and out. Another one. This is my little lymphatic drainage gift to you for allergy season. All right, and if you'd like to close by chanting one round of Om, we'll bring our hands together in front of our hearts, sitting tall. Big breath in for a vibration. Om. Deep bow of gratitude to you. Thank you for sharing your time, your energy, your beginning of spring with this group. I look forward to seeing you next week. Be on the lookout for an email. I'll send out a link to a pre-recorded class for Monday, and you can still meet in the Zoom room to watch it together. But I will be traveling Monday, and then I'm hoping to have a good signal through the rest of the week, but I'll have a backup plan for us also. Thanks for bearing with me as I enter my 40s. I'll see you soon.